Hey guys, Dr. Drunk, aka here, with a game for you in my Tier 10 German battleship, Tier 10 German cruiser, the Hindenburg. Now, what's so special about the Hindenburg? Well, Tier 10 German cruiser. She has a cruiser turtleback. She has 12 203mm rifles in 4 triple turrets. Plenty of torpedoes on either side for self-defense up close. She comes with a heel, she comes with a spotter plane, and she comes with that fantastic German hydroacoustic search. Now, nearly 52,000 hit points. She can do a lot of things. In fact, she's probably one of the better HE spammers in the game, because as true to the German national flavor, she actually gets quarter pen on her HE baked into the ship as a whole. So you actually do not have to take IFHE in order to pen basically, I believe it's 37 or 38 millimeters. I believe it's 37 millimeters. I don't know. I'd have to check that. I'd have to look at it in game, and I'm too lazy to do that right now. But this game will show you the benefits of Crossfires and how Crossfires can actually dictate the pace and play of a game. We have a Kagero. We have a Kitakazi. Kagero is pushing into A-cap against a Mogador. This is generally not a good idea, especially with 2 Russian radar cruisers next to it. So there's a Donskoy and a Moskva there. That's probably not going to end up too well for that Kagero. But we're going to take the Des Moines position back here, and we're just going to put our HE to good use. We know there's a DD in C. We know the other DD, the Loyang, is in C. So we don't have a DD to spot him. CV is doing CV things. I don't know. As our Kagero gets sunk. So the CV's not spotting him. There's the Loyang. He pops up. I believe spotted by the Georgia, maybe? But he smokes up immediately, so we can't do a lot there. We're just going to sit back here, and we're going to put our HE to good use. The Massachusetts is pushing eastwards, so we really don't have to worry about him spotting us. Planes are going to be about the only thing that can spot us. And we're going to be able to farm here a little bit. Got our first fire on the Georgia. And you can see the alpha of these 203mm HE shells is... it's no joke, man. It's decent HE alpha, especially with that quarter pen. Now the Georgia was a absolute friend, and he put that fire out, so we're gonna try and get another fire on him. And try and whittle him down a little bit. Unfortunately, we're plane spotted, and that's a problem because we are broadside to a lot of battleships. And even though the Hindenburg has a turtleback, that turtleback really will not help you against things like a Georgia or a Cruiser Kurfürst. Sip of coffee here as we start moving and decide, well, we're going to speed juke the Kurfürst. Jean Bar is kind of in front of us. We want to get that shot off before we plunk him. And suddenly we're undetected. Now they have 2 caps. They have A. They have C. And we're down a destroyer. However, we have the benefit of truly outnumbering the enemy team on this side. As we get another fire on that Georgia, he's going to very kindly give us a little bit more damage. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Looking at the minimap, there's a Massachusetts, a Georgia, and an Alaska pushing between B and C. The only thing out here really is the Kurfürst. As we drop a fire on the GK. That GK is going to get whittled down very quickly, and if we can basically kill that Kurfürst, we are going to be able to essentially push straight through C and crossfire every single thing in B and A. So, pop the spotter plane. The GK, for some reason, decided that stopping was a good idea with only 18,000 hit points in front of a Montana, a Georgia, and an HE slinging cruiser. CV drops some torps on him. For some reason, he damage caught that fire. Probably because the CV put a flood on him. We put another fire on him. That's basically going to mean that this guy's going to go down. This guy's not going to get away from this flank alive. The CV's on him. He has no allies. The Montana's shooting at him. We actually get the kill. Our shells pop in there and we get the kill. So now, look at the minimap positions, guys. Our A side is basically just holding against a Mogador. Our C side, there are 3 battleships and 1 cruiser on this side. The Alaska dies to the Alsace as they begin capping our only cap. Now, we are down 200 points at this point. We're down 200 points, and we're down 2.5 caps because that cap is being taken by the Lo Yang. We have a half-health Tier 10 battleship off to my port side. We have a nearly full-health Tier 9 battleship in the Jean Bart on my starboard side, and a half-health Georgia on my starboard side. I do have a problem that the Massachusetts is right in front of me. Like I said, the Hindenburg is a good ship, but 16-inch AP really hurts. However, we can set 2 fires on him, and the AP coming in there, I believe, is from the Alaska? Yeah, that's from the Alaska. We're going to turn bow on to that mass, and we're going to try and mitigate the damage as much as possible. We're also going to try and mitigate the damage from the Alaska by angling up to him a little bit. The Georgia pops out. He's low health. We want him to die as quickly as possible, because we're basically broadside to him, and we need him to die. He can punch right through our turtleback into our citadel and just blap us. So we're going to switch to the AP. Of course, he angles in as soon as we switch to the AP, though it still does good damage. And we're going to get chunked here in a second, as the Massachusetts, laps us for about 13k. However, the Massachusetts is showing his broadside to the Montana. Lo Yang decides he wants to pop in here and say hello. We're going to pop our hydro here in a moment, and we're going to take care of that problem. So he can't possibly get away, assuming he pushes towards us, which pushing into the Georgia and Jean Bart would be suicide, so he has to turn towards us. He does get spotted by the Georgia. He's going to suicide torp the Georgia. We now have the Alaska and the Moskva crossfired. The Alaska has no choice. He can either push into the Azuma, he can push to the Georgia, or he can simply sit and end up getting crossfired by myself and the Montana. The Moskva can back up behind the island, or he can push forward into the Tirpitz and the Alsace. At this point, this Alaska's dead, folks. This Alaska has no chance of surviving this. The Implac does kill our Georgia, but this Alaska is not long for this world, because he can do nothing. The Azuma gets him, the Alaska goes down. We now have free reign to cap C and push straight through into B. Now, the thing that many people would try to do as our Tirpitz goes down, so the Alsace, the half-health Alsace, the only battleship that we have on the A side, to delay, the rookie mistake would be to all push through the central channel between B and C. However, if you look at the positioning of our ships, our Alsace, our Azuma, and our Jean Bart, they're forming basically 2 sides of a square. Montana and I are actually on the same side of the square as the Jean Bart. So, if we really want to shut down any possible push that they can make, the smart play is to head south of C and south of B. if we put the Jean Bar in B, even though we're down by 330 points, down by about 325, 330 points, we're still up a ship. We put the Jean Bar into B. They will not be getting an additional point gain. As of right now, we are gaining points on equal footing. All we have to do is work down some of those low health ships. Now, there is a nearly full health Friedrich Grosser right there, and that's going to be a problem. The angled Moskva is going to be a problem for the Jean Bar, but the Jean Bar can just do Jean Bar things and switch to HE. As our Alsace goes down to the Freddy, even though the Freddy gets clapped pretty hard in the process, we're now down by about 450 points. Switch to AP for that donkey, hoping that he's going to turn broadside, which he does not, so go back to the HE. The HE still does good damage. And yes, we are still going to push south of B, but we want to minimize what can shoot at us, so we're going to tuck into this island as tightly as possible. See the shells from, I think it's a St. Louis? It's either the St. Louis or the Freddy, I'm not sure which. Sorry about that, guys. Flying overhead. The CV takes a pot shot at us, and we have AP loaded because we're hoping for the broadside, which means ricochets, haha. It's light cruiser, haha. We'll switch back to the HE, and I honestly don't know why this Donskoy decided to go after the Montana instead of myself, because I'm showing him a fair amount of broadside. The Montana's got a lot of health, and I really don't have that much health. So I'm really not sure what the thought process is here. But that Donskoy is going to go down. We're going to burn him down. And again, we're putting an island in between us and as many targets as possible. The island off to our starboard side, our right side, protected us from the St. Louis and the Friedrich Grosse and the Moskva. We turned that encounter with the Donskoy into a 2-on-1. The Montana and myself versus the Donskoy as I smack the mic around. Sorry about that, guys. All kinds of a mess this morning, apparently. Now, the St. Louis and the Moskva have a problem. If the Moskva pushes forward, the Azuma and the Jean Bar will just obliterate him. He only has 10,000 hit points left. If he backs up, I have his broadside. The St. Louis is pushing in behind the Moskva. He has his Hydro running. Yeehaw. He can't get torps off on me because I know what his torp angles are, and I am pushing around the island to protect myself. We're going to drop torps in the channel to, just in case, ensure that this guy goes down. Except 3 sits through the nose, a Confederate, and another kill for 205,000 points of damage. That will protect us. Now the only thing left is going to be our Freddy. Their Freddy, I should say. Now the Freddy versus Hindenburg. The Freddy's going to hurt, guys. He boofs his first shot with the AP. CV comes in and does CV things, which I don't really appreciate him doing. Next salvo nets high caliber. But we're just going to stay angled. As the Jean Bar and the Monty just blap that guy's side. But we're going to stay angled here, and we're just going to wait. He's got his Hydro up. He's going to see the torps coming. But at this point, I know that the maneuverability of the Freddy, he's not going to be able to dodge all of these. We drop them just in case we somehow get obliterated here. But it turns out that it is completely unnecessary. And I don't know if the audio's carrying through, but I don't know what the audio's doing. The audio just kind of went glitchy. But that's kind of all that this one's going to be, guys. Perfect show of using angles and crossfires to basically shut down enemy positioning and enemy pushing. by looking at the minimap and our team positioning effectively, we're basically able to force the enemy into making bad decisions. And everybody loves bad decisions. So there's not much left to be said for this one, guys. This one's going to end here in a couple of minutes. And we're going to take a look at the post-battle results. It's going to be a win for us. 216,606 points of damage with a Dreadnought, a High Caliber, a Confederate, and 3 kills. That's enough for 2,447 base XP and top of the team by a wide margin. Good job by that Jean Bar, the Azuma, and the Montana for recognizing the minimap positioning and basically playing to their strengths. Guys, I hope you learned something from this. We do play all these games live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DrDrunk, Guys, Dr. Drunk telling you it is a last call. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. See ya.